Today we are going to discuss about online journalism. Basically, we will try to understand what is online journalism. So before getting into online journalism, we must understand what is journalism. And this is, as I told you yesterday, that this can be a repetitive kind of thing. You know what is journalism, but we need to revisit these concepts because without understanding journalism, you will not be able to understand online journalism. Right. So let us, 2, 3 slides, we should discuss about journalism. So journalism, what is journalism? Journalism basically is to keep citizens informed about important issues. So mass media are or should be an important component of public sphere. So public sphere, the concept, this concept was given by Jürgen Habermas, who was a sociologist, and he used to believe that public sphere is an area where each and every individual of the society is part of that public sphere. Whether you are active or you are inactive, everybody is part of public sphere. Whatever you do, whatever you think, all these things impact overall functioning of the society. So in the same manner, you will find that media, whether media is doing good for the society or not doing good for the society, whether they are raising the issues of common people or not raising the issues of common people, all these functioning of the media impact overall society. So media cannot say that they are not the part of public sphere. They are part of public sphere, and as they claim that they are here to serve the people, they are here to inform the people, they are here to educate the people, they are here to entertain the people. So in this manner, they cannot deny their accountability, they cannot deny their responsibility. They are accountable to common people. They are responsible for raising issues of common people. So that's why journalism become very important, because if media will not raise the questions of common people, who will do this? And why then media is called fourth pillar of democracy? If media will not be responsible, then who will raise the question of common people? Who will make powerful accountable? Who will question government? Right. So that's why in journalism, the main thing is that you have to keep citizen informed. Right. Now, public sphere is a realm of social life. Very important opinion can be formed, and we discussed it already. Right now, I was talking about this thing only, that mass media operating in public sphere affects whole society. Right. Society in which poor, destitute, and marginalized people also live. Right. And I was giving an example of English newspaper or English media. They may say that no, our newspapers are not being read by common people. Our newspapers are not being read by rural people. So that's why we focus on urban area. It looks very much reasonable. Yes, obvious that if common people, rural people don't read the English newspaper, then why should they cover issues of rural people? But the thing is that whether they are accessing your newspaper or not, that is different thing. Right? The thing you publish in your newspaper, it strikes the sensitivity of the people. Though those people who are living in urban centers, those who are policy makers, those who can do something for the common people, if you will publish issues of common people, then it will affect their sensitivity. They might get more sensitive towards the issues of common people. And then what will happen? These policymakers will start framing policies for common people. Take the example of Sonu Sood. In this corona period, he does not belong to rural India. He is not a poor person. But what happened when he watched media content, when he watched that common people are suffering, migrant laborers are suffering, then Sonu Sood became more sensitive towards them, and he started helping these laborers. There are a lot of examples where you will find that factory owner, somehow managed to send these laborers to their homes. If they are not able to go to their homes, they made arrangements for their food and shelter. So there are a lot of examples regarding this. So that's why whether common people have or destitute people, poor people have access to your media or not, that is different thing. But at least you must focus on the issues. You must publish the issues of common people because you are part of that public sphere as per theory also, right? So this is the second important thing. So now, and what media does? Habermas suggests that mass media should be more serious in promoting rational critical debate, right? Rational critical debate means that, you must have a critical mind. You must have a rational mind. The thing which are being said by the government, the thing which are being shared by the government, the policies of the government, the rules of the government, all these things should be discussed rationally and critically. So who will do this? Media should do this. Media should start rational debates, critical debates, so that people start thinking critically. They may get information regarding a policy, all kind of information, positive of that policy, negative of that policy, and then they may be able to decide that yes, what is good and what is bad in that policy. This kind of habit is very important for the growth of the society. If you will start rational thinking, if you will start critical thinking, then what will happen? That you will start questioning wrong thing in the society. This is the role of media. Media should promote people to think rationally and critically. So that's why Habermas suggests that mass media should be very much serious in this thing. And of course, it will preclude tabloidation and specularization of news. As tabloid paper, in tabloid paper you will find that yes, they don't publish serious content, they publish entertaining content, so that youth may get interested to this tabloid newspapers and they read those newspapers. But tabloidization is not a good for journalism, right? Journalism should be very serious. Journalism is a serious job. It is not only for entertainment. There are certain other jobs of media, right? To inform, to educate, and foremost and most important, that promoting rational critical debate, right? So that's why Habermas says that media must focus on this thing. Now, present state of journalism, if you try to understand what is happening currently. If we see present state of journalism, it's based on advertisement-based revenue, whether print media, whether electronic media, all these are based on revenue, advertisement revenue, right? And the reason is simple, that you don't pay for the content. You want cheap newspaper, you want free to air TV channels, right? You don't want to pay, and this is the reason that they are, and when it becomes, when you are not able to pay, if you don't want to pay for the media content, what will happen? Political parties, influential people will take over these media organizations, and they will try to manipulate these media organizations as per their need. And then we will say that no, this is media is affected by politics. Why? We just question them. We don't come forward to help these media organizations, because if you don't pay for good content, how will they sustain? Right. So this thing has to be changed. So this is the simple example, that newspaper organizations sell 10 rupees newspaper in 3 rupees only. And you can understand that how will they manage these 7 rupees? They get this 7 rupees from advertisement. And this is not only 7 rupees, they have to make more than 7 rupees, because they have to pay their staff. Because all of the journalists, we want a job. We don't want to just do social service. right? And thanks to this, we will come to this online, that thanks to this online journalism, that now people who are not real journalists, who are not working in media houses, they can also contribute. They can be a journalist. They can start writing serious content. They can start raising serious questions, right? So in this case, in this way, online journalism is very important, right? So they get advertisement from private sector and public sector. Public sector means government sector, and to get more advertisement, they have to compromise at certain extent. Yes, compromise happens. They cannot I mean, run a content against government. They cannot publish content against government, because what will happen, government will stop advertisement, and when a government will stop advertisement, it is a big loss to that media organization. So that's why we'll find that we say that many media organizations are not criticizing government. Only few media organizations criticize government, and uh, go and see their revenue. They are in loss. NDTV is in loss, and go and see Aztak and ABP and G News. They are in profit. So these are certain things which affect journalism. So there is another debate, that mission versus profession. And you know that when journalism was a mission, then pre-independent, in pre-independence era, when India was fighting for getting freedom, at that time we'll find that it was a mission. And before Gandhi and Tilak and all these people started criticizing British government, before that media was a mission for social reforms, like Raja Ram Mohan Rai, Ishwar Vidyasagar. All these people started newspapers to bring positive changes in the society. So at that time, mission was social reforms. After that, what happened, that when Gandhi and all these political leaders came forward, they started using these newspapers and publication to criticize government and to make momentum against British government. So at that time, it was a mission. When we got independence, what happened at that time also, you'll find that we had some objectives. We had some objectives, like how to promote economic reforms, how to promote population control, how to promote technological induction in agriculture. So how to aware people regarding important things of the society. So there were objectives after independence also. But what happened, that slowly and slowly media became a profession, and media started thinking in terms of loss and profit. And that's why many media organizations, there was a competition in the market, and due to competition, they have to lower the cost of the newspaper, and at the same time they have to increase the revenue of the newspaper. And for revenue generation, they started getting advertisement from government. They started getting advertisement from private sectors, and slowly you will find that a small newspaper, which were published by few peoples on no profit no loss mode, all these kind of newspapers vanished from the market. Now you have the newspapers of big media houses. Birla runs Hindustan Times, then Jan brothers run Times of India Group. All these big heavy bets. Even now Reliance is in media industry, right? So what happened, that media became a industrial product. Uh, Small people, small businessmen cannot run media house. So mission change into profession, and now it has become an industry which operates on the basis of profit and loss. Many job seekers are opting this as profession. That's why many institutes have also offering courses related to the same, right? So this has changed. Now media is a profession. Now you can keep saying that no, it should not be a profession, it should be a mission. But basically, this is the reality, right? This is the current status of media. So now come to internet. How internet came in and it affected the whole process of media industry. University of California describe internet as a network of networks linking computers to computers sharing internet protocol. This is a very technical kind of definition that yes, it is a network of networks. Because what is network? Network means that suppose we are in Central University of South Bihar and all computers are connected to each other. This is also a kind of network. Patna University has many computers and all computers are connected to each other through LAN. This is a network. And when all these computers connect to internet, it becomes network of networks, right? And how it happens? By sharing internet protocol, IP. We have discussed it in last lecture that why TCP IP came. Oxford defined internet as it is a global computer network providing variety of information and communication facilities consisting of interconnected network using a standardized communication protocol. This is same thing which has been described differently, which we discussed as given by University of California. So net as a medium of communication. You know Marshall McLuhan, you all people know this, who wrote a book named Understanding Media, an Extension to Man. He stated two crucial points about any medium. Because internet is another addition to the existing medium. So, and Marshall McLuhan was the person who used to talk much about the medium. And he always stated that medium is more important than message. Right. And that's why we need to understand, according to his point of view, that how internet is important, this medium is important than what internet is doing to the communication. So what happens that he stated two crucial points. First is that internet affects one or more of our senses. So medium affects one or more of our senses. First thing, senses, we have 5 senses, and it affects more of our senses. It is a first thing. Second, it's subliminal charge. Subliminal charge means that a medium brings changes to the society first, a change in perception rather than the message it conveys. This is an important point. What is subliminal charge? That suppose when you start using a new medium, when new medium emerges, the change in perception is more important than the messages it conveys. Suppose you start using internet, in your hand there is a smartphone and you can access all the content through your thumb. So what kind of content you are accessing and what kind of messages you are getting, that is a different thing. That is not important. The moment you hold a mobile phone in your hand, it changes your perception toward the society. It changes your perception towards the communication. Right? So this change in perception is more important, and that's why he gave his famous aphorism that medium is the message. Right? Medium, the moment a medium comes to your hand, that the moment you think of using a new medium, that change in perception is more important than the actual message it delivers. You can understand it by an example. Think about the people who used to listen radio. Right? The moment they switch on radio and they used to hear it. So think about the perception of those people and compare those people with those people who sit in front of a television having remote control in his hand. So, the perception will be different. The person who is listening radio, the perception of that person towards communication will be limited to that person who have a remote control in his hand and who can think that he can switch many channels and he can have more access to the information. So this perception is important than the actual message a medium delivers, right? So change in perception means that every medium brings some change in perception. Any medium does not exist alone. Every medium is an extension of previous one. For example, text is a product of speech. Text itself is a product of telegraph. Any play is a product of novel. So, I mean, in that sense, if McLuhan had been alive today, he would have said that print, audio, video are product of internet, because internet has everything. In internet, you have everything: print, audio, video, everything. Right? So this perception towards media, this perception towards communication is more important. And you know, hot and cold medium, as he says, it is determined by the level of activity and quantity of information. Less activity and more information, hot medium, right? More activity and less information, cold medium. You all know these things. So new media has everything. So what can you say? I mean, new media is a hot medium or cold medium. I don't know. McLuhan never said about these things. Now you can decide that whether new media is a hot medium or cold medium. So now come to online journalism. Why online journalism is important? Because we have seen that how slowly and slowly media become an industry, and it is no more connected to the issues of common people. And time and again we keep questioning the conduct of media, and we keep questioning that media is not doing good for the society. So in that sense, we will find that media, online journalism has a potential to make journalism again as a mission. Online journalism can change media again from profession to mission. Why it can do this? Because as an individual, as a group of people, suppose you are 10 people and you're going to start your own website. You're going to start writing your own article and start sharing to the world community. No one, you don't need a publication, you don't need a space in a newspaper or a magazine or a slot in a radio or television. You can start your own YouTube channel. Why it is possible? Because it needs less capital in comparison to print, broadcast or telecast. And it is not only that it needs less capital, but it is interactive in nature also. So it promotes multilinearity and multivocality. Multivocality means that, I mean, if you are writing something, various people can give other perception towards that story. Other people may write some other related information, may give some other related information to the existing story. Multilinearity means that this is not a kind of linear presentation. What is linear presentation? That suppose you are writing a newspaper, what happens that you will present the content in text. Suppose you are in radio, you will present the content in audio. You are in television, you will present the content on video and audio both. Right? But here you have all the things. You can use text, you can use images, you can use graphics, you can use podcast where audio can be attached to the existing story. You can use video, right? You can have many other blogs written on that subject. You can have other related information attached to that story, right? You can start a discussion board in that story itself where people can come and discuss about that issue. So you can make it interactive also, right? You can attach gallery to that existing story. So you can present that story in multilinear way. So that's why online journalism has a lot more to offer. And it also promotes active reading, which enables reader to know various opinion, right? Because suppose you are reading something Suppose you are reading something on corona, that corona new strain of corona has come to India, and now it is affecting our people. So you may start thinking, so what is this new strain? And you can go and you can start searching about new strain of corona. What is this? You are becoming active reader. You are actively involved in that story. It is not like newspaper that you are reading and many questions arise in your mind, but you cannot search about that information at that time. You will have to search books. You will have to go through various content, previous days newspapers or whatever, right? But in internet, you can read a thing, and at the same time you can search about that thing, right? So it makes you active reader. So that's why online journalism is important, and all these things make it different from all other medium. There are various innovations also. Innovative measures like citizen journalism, open source journalism have promoted multi-layer information. It makes every citizen a journalist. Citizen journalism, I mean, uh, citizen journalism web-based websites are also running. MaryNews.com in Delhi, it is citizen-based journalism, and it started basically in South Korea, where a news website named ohmynews.com was started, and that was a completely citizen-based website, citizen journalism-based websites. So even it is not only that, because citizen journalism is not like that you have to run a website. As an individual also, you share a lot of things on Facebook or WhatsApp, or you make a video if you see something and you share it on your social network profile. So it makes you a journalist. So you are these are technological innovations, and which are which are enabling you to do journalism, right? Many European countries and country like America have taken these initiatives and helped journalism to reach at new height. In America, you will find that there are a lot of example. For example, you will find in Russia, anti-Putin rally, which was a very important event in Russia, that was organized by blogger. In Bangladesh, even you will find that many bloggers are being tortured by the police there. Why? Because they are vocal in criticizing government. In India also, you will find many bloggers or many people who write on social media, and you write something against government, they are being harassed. In America, we will find that Monica Lewinsky case, one of the important case where American President Bill Clinton was sexually harassing Monica Lewinsky. That news was published by a blog, right? Even when America was raiding Osama bin Laden, so who brought this news before the world? A Twitter handler. At 2 o'clock, he wrote in his wall that I am hearing a lot of noises here. I am hearing a big blast in Abbottabad, which is very unusual, and it seems that something very important is happening. So I mean, it makes you journalist. All this technological facility makes you journalist, right? In India, it is a primary stage. Some news websites have started a new chunk of citizen journalism. Even the main websites, those websites who are being run by media houses, they have started a chunk on citizen journalism. Yes, as I told you, many websites are also emerging, which are working on this model, that they get information from citizens, or they run this website. But one thing you have to be very careful, that anything you are posting on news website, that does not make you a journalist. Because if you want to be a journalist, you will have to follow certain ethics, journalistic ethics. You have to check and recheck the things. You have to cover all the aspects of that story, and then only you should publish it, making it unbiased kind of story. Then it makes you journalist, right? So we have to, if you want to be a journalist, then we have to follow all these journalistic ethics. So India in and new media, you know that India is late starter in digital world, but it is growing very fast. In just one decade, it has crossed 10 crores, and with the help of government initiatives and private sector aspiring to include in rural India, internet is penetrating very fast, and now Geo fiber is coming. And even if you include the mobile internet, then at least I think more than 40% people are accessing internet. So we are going very fast. Obviously, we are second to China. We are second most largest country, where I mean, in numbers of users, according to the number of users, we are second after China, right? But yes, China is a little more technologically advanced, but yes, we are also doing well. So on an average, it is said that there are 11 users to a single connection, right? If you have a one broadband connection, it is said that 11 users use that connection. It is a lump sum data kind of thing. Suppose LAN connection is in office, in home also there is one LAN connection, and there are 4 5 people in a household, so all those people use the same LAN connection. So that's why this is a average data that 11 users use a single connection. So in that manner, you will find that yes, internet users can be 11 times of actual figure. We have as far as LAN connection is concerned, only 18% people use internet. So you can multiply 18 into 11, right? So in that way, we will find the actual figure. So how many people use internet in India? And if you add mobile internet, then it goes a little more upward. So present states of websites. Presently, many websites are run by several big media houses, and these websites are mere extension of the main media product, right? What happens that those stories which are not published on newspaper, those stories are published on news website, or they put e-papers. They publish the same content as in newspaper. So these websites are just extension of main media houses, right? Print-based media houses are running these websites as carrier of print stories. E-papers, editors, blog, all these kind of things are running by websites. So that's why print-based media houses are running these websites. Even TV channels, news channels are also running these websites, right? So this is the current scenario of news websites. Now let us conclude, right? If it will continue to happen, then the fate of journalism is likely to befall. It means that if print, the main media houses, if they will keep controlling the online journalism, then certainly the possibility which is in online journalism, that possibility will not be actualized, right? So, and it would be a sad and unnecessary loss of opportunity. Online journalism came up with a lot more possibility. It has provided opportunity to the common people to make journalism again as a mission, right? So if it does not go beyond the control of main media houses, or you can say the conventional media houses. Conventional media houses means the old media houses, print media houses or electronic media houses. If it does not go beyond that, if it does not come out of the control of these media houses, then certainly it will be a loss of opportunity. So it is a time to make this medium a promoter, an ideal medium of rational critical debate. We have an opportunity. We can make this medium as a promoter of rational critical debate. We can start writing things critically. We can start sharing things rationally. We can make our own group. Even if you are a social media user, you will find that you have 400, 500 friends. All of these people read your write-up, whatever you share on your wall. So let us take a resolution that you will only share rational things. You will only share critical things. Right? Then only you will be able to promote this medium, and you will promote the overall culture of the society, overall media culture of the society, right? And this is very crucial for the health of our democracy also, and hence for the well-being of our people. So if we do this, if we use this medium to promote rational political debate, then it will strengthen our democracy, and as a whole, it will benefit the common people of the society, right? So this is, I mean, overall understanding of online journalism, why online journalism is important, and how we can make this medium as a strong medium. So thank you.